Good morning, everyone. My name is Shoshanna Gross. I'm the Director of Events and Programming with the Ohio Restaurant Association. And today my guest is John Barker, our CEO and President. Hi, John.
Hey, Shoshanna.
So thank you so much for joining me as usual to talk about some of the things that are going on with our industry and with the Ohio Restaurant Association. So let's just kick it off with things are starting to feel a little more normal, huh?
They are, our businesses are back and busy, and we hear a lot of great things about the energy, in the restaurants and the bars, hotels, just sporting events are back. People are talking about the arts coming back. People are out and about, and so are we, right? So for a year, Shoshana, most of what you and I were doing were like this, right? All of our events were virtual, and no one was in person. And now going forward, our events primarily are going to be back in person again, right? Unless there's a reason to do a webinar, things like that. But so it's exciting, right? Our staff is coming back a couple days a week. We're all in the office, and we're getting more and more like our members in terms of getting that energy back with the team and what we're doing, back to a growth mode after a year, really trying to save everybody. So.
Yeah, it is great to see, restaurants and bars full again. It's really nice to know that we're going to be having some in-person events coming up. And I'll say, having been out of the office for a year, coming back a couple of days a week has been really nice. It's great to be able to see everybody on our team as well.
Yeah, it's good to see your teammates, right? So
absolutely, yeah. And, because we are sort of able to we're not really firefighting in that same way as we have been as an industry or as an association, that doesn't mean that there aren't things that we're still working on and fighting for. So I know we have a couple of big advocacy pushes that we're looking at right now.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for quite some time. The Restaurant Revitalization Fund is still red hot, and that's because about $28 billion was allocated for that. It's all gone already. And in fact, they pulled back some of the people who had been approved for grants after a lawsuit. So it's unfortunate the way it's gone down. To try to fix this, we are asking Congress to add another $60 billion in, which sounds like a lot of money, Shoshana. But remember, this is an industry that's upside down $290 billion since the beginning of the pandemic. So, we've had good response, from Congress. There is a bill, there's some legislation that's being, put forward in Congress, and we're going to keep pushing on that. And our fingers are crossed so we can make progress. We would ask everybody, when you get our memo, please go in. There's a place to go in and click and add your support for this. It's very easy to do. It doesn't even take 30 seconds. And it's important that grassroots support is what pushed it over the last couple of times we were trying to do these things. At the state level, in our memo that's going out today, which is Wednesday, there's new information about the state grants that are available to bars, restaurants, and lodging. And you have to go in and get an ID number like we did the last time these things were available. So we're asking people to make sure you do that right now. So when the portal's open, and we'll be putting that information out, maybe even yet this week, that people will be able to go in and immediately make that application. And Shoshana, those are the $10,000, $20,000, and $30,000 grants. They're grants, not loans, that people can get, which, they just have to show a loss, during 2020. And most people in our business will be eligible, for that. So that's good news. That's coming. More details shortly.
And those are for small businesses in general, right?
Right.
Yeah. And so the 10, 20, or 30 base is based on how much you've lost by percentage.
Right. And how many employees you have, things like that. So people are pretty familiar with these kind of things, but, we still walk people through the entire process. We have a lot of small operators call us up, and we literally walk them through the whole process if we need to.
Great.
I know from a planning standpoint, we have some golf coming up, and you were announcing yesterday that we've sold it out.
We are sold out. We are at 180 golfers, which is fantastic. This is up a huge amount for us from 4 years ago, and we're just really thrilled that the industry has come together in the way that it has. This event is raising dollars for our advocacy efforts at the national and at the state level. And it really makes a difference to have people engaged this way.
Yeah.
So we're really excited. We're fingers crossed for a sunny day on Monday. I think it's going to be a great event either way.
It is great. 180 golfers. None of them are probably going to be in the U.S. Open or the Masters, but we're all going to have a great time. And
yeah, speak for yourself.
yeah,
You know me, I'm a big golfer.
yeah,
My
right,
favorite.
right. Yeah, that's you. We have a couple other things, Shoshanna, that we're announcing. One is the Cleveland Local Restaurant Alliance, talking about getting back together. We've had such, so many requests to coming back out. We want you to visit our restaurant. So we're going to do a Restaurant Alliance meeting Wednesday, July 14th at 2:30 in Cleveland. And so we'll be inviting all of our, members to that, and prospects and so forth. It'll be at Mallorca Restaurant, which is a fantastic Spanish restaurant. Great member of ours, Lori Torres, is going to host us. And so everybody's, going to be welcome to that. We have a panel, great speakers coming. We're going to talk about rebuilding the downtown restaurant scene. So Lori will be one of our panelists, as will be Kevin Kelly, who is the city council president, been a great partner of ours, and David Gilbert, who is Destination Cleveland CEO. And so we'll go through that. And we'll also be out meeting with a lot of folks. We'll be up there a couple days, meeting with members all over the city and in Northeast Ohio. And so it should be a great trip. And then on September 15th, we're just going to be announcing this. We'll have our big political action committee fundraiser. That'll be for Central Ohio, September 15th at White Castle headquarters. More details to come on that.
Wonderful. Yeah, so a lot of great events. It's really nice to be getting back to in person and being able to connect with people out in the industry and in their places of business again.
Donna, we learned, a long time ago that you got to be present in the restaurant industry. Same thing in politics, though, right? We've got to actually be with politicians, and that's why we have to have the advocacy fundraising and the PAC fundraising, because we have to be present, we have to be active, and we have to be in the middle of this. And boy, if we ever saw that, 2020 saw how critical it was for us to have the relationships with our elected officials.
Absolutely. So, we are saying, hey, things are feeling more normal. Do we have any data around how the industry is trending right now?
Yeah, good news. About 2/3 of our restaurants are up as much as 20% in their sales, since the beginning of the year. So those are big numbers. That's coming off of a year where we had people down 20, 30, 40%, in 2020. So people are starting to recover, right? They still have a lot of bills and they built some debt up. That's why we're going after these grants and the funds and all that. Nationally, sales are up 21% across the industry since February. So just feels good. You can feel it, right? When you go out, you see businesses are busy and all that. Shoshanna, really the only thing that is holding us back is really not having enough available staff. And so we have a number of programs that we're focused on that right now. We also know that wages are rising. A lot of folks are offering, different types of benefits and retention bonuses within the ability for them to do that. We're a low margin business, so everybody has to do what they can. We're seeing menu prices go up a little bit to cover this. That's how, it's the only way people can stay whole on this. And so all those things are happening, but you'll see more and more from us coming on the workforce front, because we know that's a big need for our industry. We're going to get as creative as we can with our HR committee and other programs we think could be helpful.
Great. Yeah. So stay tuned. We do have some webinars coming up on workforce development. We've got some great programs coming together. And so hopefully we'll be able to really stay ahead of things and do what we like to do and lead the best we can towards some solutions for that. So thank you so much, John. Thanks for joining me, and we'll talk again soon.
Okay, thanks.